All right, everybody, welcome back for another deep dive. Ready to uncover some more fascinating insights?
Absolutely. Always excited to dig in.
Awesome. So today, we're taking you straight into the heart of wealth in Africa.
Ooh, sounds intriguing.
Yeah, so get this. We're talking about Africa's richest city.
Africa's richest city, huh?
I know, right? Now, you might be thinking Dubai or somewhere like that.
Yeah, that's where my mind went first.
But hold on tight. We're going to uncover the City of Gold, and it's right there on the African continent.
Okay, you've got my attention. City of Gold, you say.
You got it. And, spoiler alert, it's probably not the city you're thinking of.
All right, lay it on me.
All right, so for this deep dive, we're pulling from some really interesting excerpts from Africa's richest city, Millionaires in Johannesburg.
Ah, Johannesburg. Now that you say it, the nickname makes a lot of sense.
Right, it all ties back to the city's history.
Yeah, Johannesburg's story is pretty much inseparable from gold mining. It's like back in the late 1800s, bam, huge gold discoveries.
Wow, so that's where it all started.
Exactly. That gold rush totally reshaped the city. Suddenly, you had this massive influx of wealth, and it laid the groundwork for Johannesburg to become the economic powerhouse it is today.
I can only imagine the kind of energy they brought to the city. People from all over flocking to this gold rush.
Oh, absolutely. It was a magnet for investors and, just people looking to strike it rich.
Mhm.
And those ripples are still felt today.
Makes sense. So gold was like the initial spark, but fast forward to today. Johannesburg has the highest concentration of millionaires on the entire African continent. Over 18,000 of them. Can you believe that?
Wow, 18,000. That's incredible. But, gold mining isn't what it used to be, right?
Yeah.
So what's keeping this economic engine running now?
That's the question, isn't it? I mean, they're not all sitting on piles of gold, right?
No, not at all. What's fascinating about Johannesburg is how it's adapted. I mean, it's transformed into this incredible financial and business hub. Think big corporations, a stock exchange, and hold on, get this, a booming tech scene.
Oh, wow, tech. Now that's a whole different kind of gold rush.
Right. It's like a modern day gold rush. Johannesburg's drawing in tech startups and investors like crazy. It's this hub for all things fintech, e-commerce, software development, you name it.
Yeah, the source we're looking at definitely mentioned a growing tech scene. But is that really the driving force behind all this wealth, or is it still more those traditional industries?
Well, it's definitely a major player, no doubt about that. But those traditional industries, finance, real estate, they still have a massive footprint. So it's kind of like a balancing act between the old and the new.
Yeah, I get it. It's like this evolution of wealth, building on the foundation of gold, and then branching out into these new areas.
Exactly. Johannesburg's a great example of that. It's like this constantly evolving ecosystem of wealth and opportunity.
This is all super interesting, but we've been talking so much about millionaires and this incredible wealth. It makes me wonder about the everyday people living in Johannesburg. What's life like for them in a city with so much concentrated wealth?
That is the million-dollar question. And to be honest, the answer is pretty complicated. It's like a mixed bag.
Right, it's not all sunshine and rainbows, I imagine.
Yeah, I mean, on one hand, you have residents who are definitely benefiting from the economic boom. They're finding jobs, they're experiencing a higher standard of living. It's a success story for them.
So there are opportunities for sure.
Absolutely. But on the flip side, just like in a lot of cities where you have this extreme concentration of wealth, there are also some serious challenges. Things like income inequality, the cost of living.
Hmm.
It's not easy for everyone.
So it's not as simple as city of gold equals golden life for everyone.
Right. It's much more nuanced than that. It's like this dynamic interplay of wealth and poverty, opportunity and struggle. It's a complex picture.
Yeah, I see what you mean. It's like there's this whole other layer to the story beyond the glitz and glamour.
Exactly. And that's something important to keep in mind, right? The human side of the story.
Absolutely. Well, wow, we've gone from maybe never having given Johannesburg a second thought to realizing it's this major player in global wealth. This city has such a rich history, literally tied to gold, and now it's overflowing with millionaires and this evolving tech scene. It's pretty amazing.
It is. And I think it really highlights how wealth distribution is constantly changing. Nothing stays the same.
For sure.
So as you continue to learn about Johannesburg, here's a thought to chew on, all right? How do you think Johannesburg's economic landscape is going to impact the rest of the continent?
Whoa, that's a good one.
Right, because it has this potential to be a driving force for growth and development, but will that prosperity be shared? It's something to think about.
That is a really great question. It definitely gives us all something to ponder. Well, thanks for joining us for another deep dive. We'll see you in the next one. And in the meantime, keep those brain gears turning.
Always.
Awesome. Until next time, folks.
See ya.